Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona, and welcome to another video. As luck would have it, I happen to have a friend who owns a Porsche GT3. I did my research before I said that. It is Porsche, you guys. If you're saying Porsche, you're really showing that you're an American, which is fine. Now, up until this point in my life, the nicest car I've ever driven was probably a C6 Corvette, just like the Grand Sport model or whatever. It wasn't even a Z06. So to have the opportunity to drive a car like this is awesome, but take that into account with the things that I say about the car. You know, I'm not a connoisseur of Lamborghini, Ferraris, and Porsches. So, take that for what it's worth. Now, I assume there's going to be a couple types of viewers on this video. I'm gonna have my longtime subscribers. Hey guys, thanks for showing up again. You're probably also maybe looking at buying a Porsche GT3. So here's an honest opinion from a guy who knows nothing about it, just first impressions basically. Or maybe you're that guy with the GT3 and you're just looking for vindication that your purchase was a good one. And spoiler alert, I think it probably was if you got the money. So just wanted to address everybody really quick that'll be watching this video today. Now, further proving that I know nothing about this car, I will tell you the things that I do know. I do know it is a 2018 Porsche GT3, rear wheel drive, 6-speed, and it is a super fun car to drive. Real quick, I'm gonna show you some point of view driving so that you can get a feel for the cockpit, and then I also grabbed two friends and took them for a ride so I could get their initial impressions on it. So I'll show those to you now. It's locked. I wish I knew how to unlock it.
Right there.
Right.
Whoa, that's tight.
That's my only negative is it's hard to get into.
It's really tight.
But dude, once you're in, man.
Yeah,
like,
once you're in, you're in.
Look at this headroom.
You're in your slides right now.
Yeah. One thing Sport does is when you downshift, the car revs for you. So check this out. I'm in third.
Yeah.
Car did that. Like brought it to the RPM where it needs to be.
Wow. This is a GT3. It doesn't come with back seats.
Right. It comes with cup holders though.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah. This thing's got power.
Corners. So much fun.
Oh, so good.
Give me a taste of how quiet it is.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That was traction control on. Can you imagine with the traction off what would happen?
No, this thing's a widowmaker. Just my AirPods on my pocket. Oh, this thing's fantastic.
Just love that whine, man.
We need an Autobahn right now. I love these carbon fiber seats, dude. These are sick.
Dude, right? Okay, real quick, give your highest highs and your lowest lows of the GT3 quick.
Okay. Sound, probably the highest high. Sounds like a race car. Lowest low. It could be a little more comfortable, especially if you're over 6 feet.
I'd like to hop in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and then compare. All right, thank you for swinging in.
Later.
Later, dude. What's up, bro?
You're not gonna need this fire extinguisher, are we?
I don't think so. That's the nitrous can.
There you go.
What's up?
Boom. Nice.
Anything you say in this car can and probably will be used on YouTube, so
I consent.
watch your mouth. Actually, I've been driving for about 30 to 40 minutes and my back is starting to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good long ride.
Gosh, beautiful. It's so smooth.
Downshift is nice.
Well, I don't have it on sport right now. That was me.
Nice work.
Thank you.
That sounds so nice.
Like it's on rails. Got the traction control on and stuff. You'd have to work so hard to screw this thing up. Now, if you took the traction control off, you could probably mess yourself up pretty quick. it out.
Yeah.
Give me the highest high and the lowest low of the Porsche GT3.
Highest high.
Yeah, like what do you like best about it?
It sounds beautiful, man. That's
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's beautiful.
It is very nice. A low. My low is they put all this
the warnings.
The warnings.
I know.
Here,
I completely got that.
Pretty inside that it kind of wrecks it.
Yeah, I know. I thought that too when I saw that, but it's required, I think, in the U.S.
All right, man.
All right.
Yep.
Talk to you later. I'm just trying to give the guys who don't know the car that well a little tour. Interior wise, freaking awesome. The seats are carbon fiber. I think you can see that. Nice leather on the outsides and then like a suede or Alcantara in the middle. You know, obviously the badging, GT3, sweet Porsche symbol up there. Got a suede roof on her. Adjustability on the seats is not a whole lot, but it's, you know, not a big deal. This isn't meant to cruise around the country. So it's got like an up and down tilt right here, and then a back and forth slider here. As far as backrests go, the position they're in is the position they're in. There is no adjustability there. I will mention real quick on the seats, I do suffer from a little bit of lower back pain. I did notice after 30 minutes of driving the car or so, my lower back did start to ache a little bit. So again, no big deal. Just take that into consideration and take it for what it's worth. Off topic, but one thing I really love about this car is the fact that it runs like a standard seatbelt. I see guys all the time in Civics and Integras rocking, you know, 4-point harnesses. The GT3 runs a standard seatbelt. So we'll hop into the car quick. One of the negatives, and there aren't many, but getting in and out of the car is pretty tough with this bolster here. So, you know, my little thing is the owner of this car, or maybe the previous owner, has like a little clear bra up here. So I grab up here by the clear bra, slide my right leg in, kind of hold that clear bra, dip my butt back into the seat, and that works pretty well. One odd thing on this car, and it might be the same on all Porsches, is the key is on the left side, or the ignition I should say, is on the left side, not the right side. Oh yeah, and the key slightly resembles a Panamera and a duck. Other than that, the car is extremely intuitive. I mean, big tachometer right in the middle, everything you need to see, speedometer's over here, there's a digital readout at the bottom as well. This has cool gauges that most guys have to put on, you know, pillars on their car and figure out how to wire and whatnot. This one just comes with them. Oil temperature, obviously coolant temperature, oil pressure, fuel, all that good stuff. One thing I really love about the interior is it's simple. If you're a long-time subscriber, you know I like simple things.
You see, I'm a guy of simple taste.
And the GT3 doesn't disappoint. It was very easy to learn where everything was. The only one that was hard was the unlock button and lock button. It's right here if you need to know. So heads up for you guys. Now down below the lock and unlock button, you've got some pretty cool ones. You've got the, I think it's like the exhaust valve, open it up. Honestly, I don't notice a big difference when this thing is open and closed. Actually, I'll test that for you right now. Sport mode, pretty cool. I'll show you that in real time. One of the main things I notice about that is when it's in sport mode, the car will automatically like rev match your downshifts, which is kind of cool. But also kind of, do I need that? Am I a driver or am I not? The button below that is suspension adjustment. You can choose between normal and sport. I don't notice a huge difference. Sport is a little stiffer probably. Maybe if you were at the track, you'd probably notice it a lot more. And then down here, your big boy buttons. If you think you're a man, you can pop off the ESC and the traction control. I don't even know what ESC stands for, but I assume this kind of gives you full control of the car. I'd be careful with this one though. The GT3, although naturally aspirated, I believe, is pretty powerful. So I left the cruise control on the entire time out of respect for the owner. Everything else is totally logical and makes perfect sense. Windows here, mirrors here, lights here, turn signals over here, cruise control down here. Got your wipers on the top right, and then on your bottom right is your accelerate and decelerate for the cruise. The gearbox is absolutely sweet. I will say it does feel and sound like a little plasticky. I don't know if you hear that or anything, but it's good. It's a tight gearbox. It's easy to shift. I'm not a big fan of reverse being where it's at. You just push, you know, here's over and up would be first. To get to reverse is over against the wall and then up. it gets me a little nervous sometimes. It stops. I go and hit that wall and I go up into first. The stick looks like it's kind of in third to me. And when the car is on, actually I'll show you that right now. When the car is on, you've got this little indicator down in the middle. So I put the gear lever in first, right? There's first, you see first down there in the middle. Now I drop it down into second, and it still shows first. I put it up into third, and it still shows first. Put it down into fourth, it still shows first. And my only point with that is, let me kill the car. When you're at a stoplight or a stop sign, and you put this thing in first gear, you're like, okay, am I in first gear or am I in third gear? Because it kind of looks like third. It's right in the middle of the shifter. And then I'm like, do I need to go over here? The nice thing about reverse is you get the reverse camera, so you know for sure you're in reverse then. But I don't know, I just found that kind of tricky, knowing whether or not I was in first or third. But you'll probably be fine. Worth noting, this car does have cup holders. Push to open, duals, and then they ratchet. So if you got a big coffee cup or whatever kombucha you're drinking, you're good to go. And then rounding out the interior in the center of the dash is a nice clock. You get digital, you get analog, very small at the bottom there at the 6 o'clock position, and then a second hand. Not sweeping, it's a quartz movement, so if Porsche really wanted to outdo themselves, they can make that an automatic movement. And then real quick, rounding out the interior, you've got the back end, which does not include seats, which is fine in a car like this, in my opinion. You got a place for your cell phone with the GT3 badges, and then just a lot of carpet. Exterior of the car, super sick, super sleek. The wing obviously sets this apart from other Porsches. Wheels are monsters. I think they're 20s. Let's see what we got on the back here. 305, 30 R20s, the R20s in the back, and then up front we're rocking 245 35 ZR20s with 20-inch disc brakes. I'm just kidding, I don't know what size those are, but they're massive. One cool thing I did notice, if you can see it in here, the GT3 does have a little vented area. Very, very hard to see. There you go, you can kind of get it. I think there's some oil coolers or I don't know, tranny coolers or something behind there. The GT3 has a real badge on it here. I believe the GT3 RS and GT2 RS are just stickers. So that's kind of cool. A lot of cool little carbon fiber accents on the car. You got it on the wing in the back here. And then these little vents, I assume they're cooling ducts for the engine and stuff, are also carbon fiber on top. That's pretty sweet. And then you get a little bit up front too, down here on the grills. I don't know if you can call these canards or not, but they're pretty sweet. Okay, I think I've covered the majority of things I wanted to cover on the interior and exterior. So let's hop in the car and we'll go for a quick drive in it. Forgot to tell you guys about the parking brake. It's right down here underneath the key kind of area. Bring it back, that'll unlock it. Push it down, we'll lock it. So the last thing I said to the owner, he drove me to the airport the other day and then I took the car from him. And the last thing I said to him was, how's the clutch? Does it engage early? Does it engage late? And he just goes, you'll figure it out. And I mean, he was right. The clutch on this car is really easy. It actually engages pretty late. But there's so much power here and stuff. I mean, you really just ease off the clutch. You don't have to give it any gas. One thing that makes me absolutely cringe when I let other people drive my cars, the first thing they do is burn clutch. You'd be hard pressed to burn the clutch in this car because it is so easy to drive. I'll do a little rev match here. I'm just gonna go from fourth to third. Keep in mind, my foot is not gonna touch the gas here. See how the car brought it up? It's so smooth. Power-wise, this car is for sure, hands down, the most powerful car I have ever driven personally. But that said, it's not scary. In a corner, if I was in a corner and I was like downshifting or really pushing it, you know, it could get scary. But in a straight line or just doing like highway curves, you know, no problem. But that said, I think if a guy took traction control off, you could probably get into some trouble pretty quick. This is the first car where if I know I'm gonna hit the gas, I have to consciously remember to first put my head against the headrest. Otherwise, if I downshift, give it the gas, and don't, I find myself constantly trying to hold my neck forward while the car's trying to push it back. So probably just inexperience in driving fast cars. Okay, so here are some closing thoughts on the GT3 from a guy who doesn't know anything about them and who typically drives Japanese cars with about 200,000 miles on them. The GT3 is not fake, and what I mean by that is, you know, yes, it's got a big wing on it and stuff, but if you were to compare this to a girl, she doesn't have injected lips, fake breasts, and butt implants, right? She's not going to turn every single head at the club, but you are probably past that and dealing with the issues that come with a girl like that. What you're looking for is something reliable, something that you're going to be able to still have fun with, something that can knock your socks off once in a while, but also you can take it to church on a Sunday and not be too ostentatious. And that, my friends, I think is where the GT3 excels. And with that, I think we will wrap up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my highly unorganized but hopefully fun sort of semi-review of the GT3. This car is absolutely sweet. It's confidence inspiring, I'm not gonna lie. Pulling into places, driving around, I felt like the king of the world. So, you know, if you gotta have a GT3, GT3 RS, GT2, a luxury car in general, I understand it, all right? I totally get it. And hopefully there will come a time in my life where something like a GT3 makes financial sense. In any event, I appreciate you guys so much for watching today's video. Stay tuned for more. I'll catch you in the next one.